Hey traders, Nick Shaheen here recapping the week ending with February 20th, 2015, Friday. Scoreboard green, but much greener than it actually reflects. The ending results on the Dow is plus 0.9. That's an all-time high percent. But the story is, I think the swing from low to high on the Dow is about 260 points, thereabouts. So that is much bigger than the plus 154 to the green because we started the day pretty scary. But we then quickly erased it because of headlines. The S&P SPX plus 0.61%, the NASDAQ thereabouts plus 0.71%, NDX. RUT is lagging. Those are the small caps, about half as happy as everybody else, if not less than that. So this is a little worrisome part. However, not too worrisome for the bulls that bought today. What really happened today is short story, Greece. We may have finally put it behind us as far as headlines is concerned. However, I fear that we still have Monday possible headline and another Tuesday possible headline. So why do I mention them? Because by my count, it's an unofficial count, we popped, bought the market at least 9 times on the same headline of a Greek deal for the debt that's coming due next week. So today alone we did 3. I highlighted 1. We started the day down. That's the S&P. That was like minus 10, 12 points, whatever it was. I immediately recovered it and popped actually to it 1 time, 2 times, and 3 times. Mind you, this last time right here, we knew that there was the deal coming, and we were just waiting and waiting and waiting for the actual details of it, and then we popped towards the end. Well, this waiting is where Apple took over. And right about here, I thought Apple was had a targeted move that would put it a little higher than 129, say 129.4, and I said it would be so close to 130 that bulls would want to run it to 130, and sure enough, boom, 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 all the way. Look at that. Apple took over, and even into the close was going to be kind of droopy after the news came out, and we started to droop right here. Look at that, droop, 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 and then Apple exploded higher and just did not look back. Phenomenal Apple performance. Today, choppy, but not as choppy as yesterday, so maybe it is actual belief in buying Apple. I'm not sure. The rumor of the car has been out for a while. So anyway, a bullish day, and overall, obviously, bullish week. So let's see if I can go over the highlights that are important to me. Okay, so most importantly, the deal in Greece is a can kick, basically, which I voted for from a while back. I knew they were going to kick the can for 4 months. But the Greeks have to deliver something by Monday. Basically, they have to go into their Finmin. It has to go to the people and convince them that they're doing the right thing and they're not reneging on their promise not to do deals like the government they just voted out. So this is a hiccup. If they don't come back and the Germans don't like what they see, we might have a hiccup on Monday, which is good news, bulls, because we can get the chance to pop the same dang headline again. So don't be too upset about that. But anyway, Monday or Tuesday, we should be done with the deal. I thought we would be done today. We thought we were done because they told us they had a deal. And then, oh, yeah, we have a deal, unless we don't. Minutes later, I was like, are you kidding me? Okay, let's go one more time. That just keeps things interesting. It's upsetting to people who do homework because this is an equalizer, because we're rallying baseless here. We're rallying on eliminating something bad. So, okay, we're not going to crash because we have a deal in Greece and there's no Grexit. So we rally a little bit. It's a relief pop, but it's lasted so long because we're doing it over and over and over and again. All right, so the problem is we're not pricing it out. What do I mean by that? So we have popped so many times, correct? And we're not pricing them out. So you pop up on the deal. Look at all these arrows. These are at least some of the deals. You pop up, but you're not pricing them back out. So pop, 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 and we keep going up. If you price it out, that's fine. For example, last Thursday, not this Thursday, last Thursday, we had a deal on the peace accord in Ukraine. And they inked it into effect on Monday, which I thought was kind of cheesy because this past Monday. Obviously, it didn't happen. It's like saying, I want to go on a diet, and I'll start my diet in 2 weeks. Meanwhile, you pile on 20, 30 pounds before you get on the diet. So not a good idea, but I had hopes. Unfortunately, humanitarily, it didn't work out, and people are still fighting and dying over there. So that's pretty sad. But that's what I mean. We never priced out the deal. We had a peace deal. It didn't happen. We didn't retrace it. We had the same Greek deal over and over and over, but we never retraced it. So anyway, that's my fear by having so much air underneath us. Plus, I saw a couple of charts online, and they show an increase in the S&P while the earnings, forward earnings, like this. And also the macro is kind of like meandering down too. So what's this exuberance all about? So it makes me want to go out and see if I can gauge in the S&P, for example, that's the SPY. These are weekly candles. Each week is a candle. I mean, each candle is 1 week. So here we go. Elevate, elevate, elevate. 3 awesome weeks, right? Look at the volume. Don't. Now this one has 1 less day, so consider it about the same height here. With all this hoopla, you'd think we'd be buying with strength, right? You'd want to accumulate. Like this candle right here, look how much volume it had. So that's a convincing candle. By the way, we probably don't need to worry about this 212 print that nobody wanted to explain. Maybe it was just a preview of what's to come. It was like, oh, we showed them too soon. Who pushed the button? Kind of a deal. Anyway, well, it's going to be retraced here and probably touched next week. Maybe, maybe not. But this does not tell me that there's increasing conviction in the long thesis. In fact, look at this. Climb, tip, 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 drip. And then the red comes on big. Climb. So anyway, these are the 2 most pronounced. This is 1 year. I'm not going to extend to 2 year yet. All right, so let's go to the small caps. Today, the small caps were the least convinced of this run. They were down, let's see here, up, I'm sorry, 0.27%. So they still had an awesome week, 3 weeks in a row, so everybody's in agreement. Also dwindling volumes. Again, add an extra day, you still have dwindling volumes. Something to look at. Not a reason to sell, not a reason to start new shorts, not a good thesis just for that, but something to look at. All right, so trends are looking healthy, more upside possible, and more likely. However, there had been some very big losing positions there for some very bullish people in the small caps 2 weeks straight. So they're going to try them one more time next week. So let's see. This week they were so hesitant to break 1230, and it took all of this hoopla to get to 1232 today. 1230, 179 the close. All right. Lastly are the Qs, which is, fueled by Apple. An insane Apple run, and 3 good weeks. Okay, 3 good weeks, and volume is also weak. All right, still not a reason to short, just an observation. If I'm convinced things are going well, why wouldn't I add to my bullishness? All right, so this is these are the Qs. So since the Qs are dominated by Apple, which, by the way, never mind, I won't mention it right now. Apple is responsible for about half of all the last 12 months rise in the NASDAQ. I'll say it that way easily. Last time I measured it was about 44%, 42% or something like that, but by now it's probably about half. Look at this rise in Apple. I mean, this is just phenomenal. 100, let's say call it 103 to 130. So let's just call it 100 to 130. That's 30% in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. 30%. All right, here's a similar move. I'm not saying it's going to crash, but I'm willing to put a bet on a surprise drop in Apple out of the blue. Not because it's not worth it, not because it's too expensive. It's just maybe too fast. I hate this to say it. It may be too fast, too far, too fast. I hate that statement, but in this case, I have several reasons. I'm not going to share them right now to think that. Okay, so back to today and back to the recent trends. So we'll do the 10 days just to show you the NASDAQ, the trend it's been pinging back and forth in. uptrend, obviously. Less so exuberant on the small caps. Very hesitant this week. They had nothing standing in the way of 1230, and it took them all week to get there. Short way, fine. But even when there was no resistance, they just didn't want to take it. So next week is another day to fight. Apple, beast, enough of that. Oil, oh my gosh, today what a disappointment in oil, right? Oil recounts came out, nobody liked them, so down, down, down it goes. Too elastic, and they were forecast today for $40 oil. So I don't know, it's a rigged market, quote unquote, pun intended. So I don't data. So what do I do? What do I trade? I can buy some debit call spreads and participate on the upside. I can buy, if I want to go long Apple, I can buy leaps in Apple. I can't chase Apple right here. I can't short it via credit spreads. If I want to short it, maybe some puts. And I still would like to meander, so I'd like to sell iron condors. Somebody told me I'd like to buy the straddle. Okay, so if you want to buy the straddle, meaning if you want to buy what we're trading right now on the S&P, and you can buy the SPX at the line, straddle it. So you buy in the at the money puts and call situations, debits if you want debit put spreads and debit call spreads. But then you need a big move in order to make money. And they're hard to price. So I'd rather sell an iron condor within the range that I think is far wide enough, and I'll get around 12% yield on my risk, and watch time tick by, and I'll collect my premium. And maybe I can do both. If I'm more bullish bias, then I'll do the iron condor. With some of that money, I'll purchase some debit call spreads. This will serve as a hedge for my credit call spread, which is a short to market, and will allow me to participate on the upside with somebody else's money, because I'm selling spreads in order to collect money, and then I'm using some of those proceeds in order to invest in it. So these are things you can do. If you do need more information about that, you can reach out to me. Anyway, this is Nick. Next week, maybe we'll have headlines on Monday, so it's binary Monday, possibly. I thought we were done with it, but I don't think we are. And maybe Tuesday, and then after that we have 4 months to forget about it if they actually come through the Greeks and deliver on their promises. Nick signing out.